Hi guys, hi Lexis. Welcome back to the Luxury Live Show. If you're new here, this is a live stream that both Kat and I we do on a weekly basis and we alternate between our channels. So this week is on my channel, next week will be on hers and vice versa. And each week we do a luxury topic. So today we wanted to revisit our luxury mindset goals and we wanted to check in with you to see how we are doing. We actually, well, for me, I actually forgot what my goals were, so I had to like look back at what I said. And we're gonna comment on how well we've done. If you are awesome, I see the comments coming in. Awesome. So we'll be sharing our screen. We'll be sharing the slides that we did last time. We'll also update you on a couple of things. So just a couple of housekeeping. All right. So yes, did we follow our rules? We'll find out very soon. But before that, I wanted to share with you our June calendar. So as you can see today, we're checking checkpoint our luxury mindset. Tomorrow we have another luxury live stream. It's for members only. Yes, we do have memberships. So just go in our links, in the links in the description box. You can subscribe to both our channels to be members. And we have extra content for you guys, only exclusive for the members. So tomorrow will be really exciting. I have some unboxings. And Kat, well, she was supposed to be, but
I was
I
supposed to
guess
go shopping. Yes, I was supposed to go shopping a few days ago, but it has been so busy at work and I was on training, so I didn't get a chance to go. But I will
yeah.
share what I want to buy.
But you're gonna go very soon anyway, so we can check out your shopping on my week on the 18th anyway.
Exactly, exactly.
Exactly. So anyway, this is our calendar, and then we have a very special guest coming in June as well. Lux Stockley is returning, and he'll be answering a lot of our questions. So check our Instagram. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram as well, because we'll be announcing that. It's also going to be a special timing because he's in the East Coast, so we have to accommodate everyone's time zone. So it will be at 7 a.m. Singapore on that day and 4 p.m. on Friday in Pacific time zone. So here's our calendar. It's already posted on our community post in case you don't know. And as per usual, especially if you don't know, if you're new to this live stream, we do take your questions. So we open the floor later on, and it really helps us if you just type question marks in front of your questions because it's really hard. Otherwise, there's a lot of chatter and we're on a different platform. So just type a few question marks in front of your actual question or your comment, and we'll pull it in. So I'm gonna let Kat get started. We're gonna see how Kat is doing.
Oh
Hey,
my
Kat.
gosh. Okay, so just before I start, I see that I can't really see everything because I am live streaming from my phone.
Do you want
My
me to read it to
computer.
you?
Well, I can sort of read it. Yeah, I can. I think I can.
Okay.
So hang on, hang on. Just let me put my spectacles on. Anyway, it's super small. So yeah, I'm not using my computer this weekend. So let me just see. Sometimes we, okay, yeah. So luxury contentment. One of the things that I started off with this year is I wanted to be more content with my collection. And for many reasons, right? Because I think the last 2 years, with everything that's happened and all the shopping that I did, I feel that maybe I was moving away from really enjoying my luxury items. So I really want to hone in on being content with my luxury items. So luxury contentment was one of my goals. And I think I did pretty well this year. I feel like it's been what month is this? June, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I still am looking at things. I'm still thinking of things, but it's not as uh what's the word? Like, not, it's not hectic, but it's not as obsessive. It's actually now when I look at something, I would really think about it and I'll look back at my collection and say, yeah, maybe not. And I feel like I'm still on this train on luxury contentment. I haven't done a lot of unboxings this year. I mean, I have bought things, but it's uh not not that much. Actually, I think it's not that much. I don't know. When I do my year end, all the unbox things that I've done for the year, then I'll be like, oh no, girl, you did a lot of unboxing. But I feel like, if I'm just reflecting back, I feel that I haven't done as much as I used to do. And obviously my, whoever subscribed to me, you can tell me I have done some, but it's not as much. I feel like it's not as much.
No, I actually agree with you. I feel like you've done really well. I don't see um like I don't think you've succumbed to many FOMO shopping, which I think I have actually. And
Mm,
also your collection, you've really managed it really, really well. So I'm really proud of you. I think you're doing
thank
really
you.
well actually.
Thank you. Thank you. I have a feeling that, okay, to add to this, I feel like what's holding me back is also Hermes. Like Hermes is really
Yes.
making me go, girl, don't be buying anything else. Hold on, because there could be something better in the horizon. And having my Kelly and having my Birkin, it really just made me go like, wow, yeah, that's a good collection. I mean, it doesn't,
Right.
yeah, it does, it does. I mean, I still want, other bags from there, but maybe because it's such a high price point, I am trying to be good with what I want to bring in. That's one. And also enjoy what I have. Like, seriously, I'm trying my best to use all my bags, whether it's my Prada bag, but definitely my Kelly, definitely my Birkin. Like, if this weekend after this I go out, I'm already saying, okay, I'm gonna grab my Kelly. So I feel like I'm with with the journey. Um, it has seriously pulled back my shopping craze, and it's making me feel more content with what I have. Thank you, Hermes.
I'm definitely well, I was my goals when I created them back in January, I was definitely on a slightly different journey than yours. And I can't wait to see how it is really once I get like you, a Birkin and a Kelly to play with. I really can't wait.
Mm.
Anyway, good job. Next.
Okay, okay. This I feel is also um I think I did okay. The only thing that I bought that uh I would say didn't fulfill this is the Chanel denim. Though
Mm,
I always wanted a denim bag, but it's just that it's the thing about Chanel is you can't wait. Like, if it's there, you gotta grab it. But I feel like I could have waited. Like, to be absolutely honest with myself, I feel like if I was very strict, I didn't have to bring that in, because the only thing that I need to bring into my collection, the only bag is a work bag. That's all. And that's being 100% honest. Don't have a proper, I have proper bags, but I don't have one that I feel is super work appropriate. So that's the only gap that I have in my collection, and I've been hunting. And I tried the Chloe bag, and I haven't done an update on that. I'm still on the hunt. So the denim bag is the only one that there wasn't really a space in my collection. But with Chanel, if you don't grab it, um, it's gonna be really hard to get. So I feel like it's a 50-50 for me on this. I'm still following this rule, which is why I don't have other bags yet. I haven't brought in, like, uh, yeah, sorry, I haven't brought in any other bags that wasn't for that purpose. So yeah, kind of like I was okay. I'll be fair. I failed. I failed. I failed because of the denim bag. If I want to be really harsh, yeah, that's the one that I didn't need to bring in right now.
well, if you call that failing, I failed so many times. Because you know how I am, right? Like, tell me about it, how it feels it is to like buy Chanel things. You cannot wait. There's no
I
waiting.
know,
In
I
fact, you
know.
have to
There's no
rush to
waiting.
buy it.
Yeah, but yeah, but
Oh
if I
my
was
gosh,
looking
I'm
at
glad
this,
I don't
if I was
have
look,
this rule on
yeah,
my
if this
side.
was this rule was like that. If I want something, I'll buy it. If there's a space and purpose. So I kind of fulfill how if I want it, I'll buy it, which is the denim. But truly, actually, I didn't have a purpose for it. It was just another mini, small bag. Which, if I really look at my collection, dang, there's a lot of mini small bags. I've got my rectangular, I've got my Chanel small. So I have a lot of them similar. So if I really want to be honest with myself, I didn't really fulfill this. But if I wanted to be kinder to myself, there were a few bags already that I looked at throughout the 6 months. I said, okay, no. I have too many bags. I have too many bags. I have too many bags. So the exception was that Chanel denim, which I love. Okay, I love it. I promise I'm going to do a review on the bag soon. Yeah, but
Okay, I'll let the audience decide. Did Kat really fail at this? Because I feel like it's just one bag. It's just one thing. And you
I
have
know, but
always wanted a denim bag anyway.
I know. But the thing about the thing about these kind of, it's like a, it's like a smoker, because I used to smoke when I was younger, and I stopped
I see what you mean.
and I stopped when I got married. So in 2011, I just one day woke up and said, okay, that's it. We're not doing this anymore. 10 years of this poison in my blood. And I just woke up and said, no, that's it. That's done. But I can understand temptation. I mean, today I don't have that temptation, but the first, say, like maybe 3-4 years, it's tempting. And when you start, you're like, oh my gosh, what have I missed out?
Right.
So
Okay.
it could have snowballed. Like after I got the denim bag, it was that excitement, the exhilarating feeling of, oh my gosh. And I could have just gone back into, like, you know what, if I want it, I'll just buy it. I could have, but Hermes held me back. I'm serious. It's really like, okay, no, don't be spending all this money on things yet, because you never know what if you get an offer or quota back again. So thank you,
That's so
Hermes,
true.
again.
I totally forgot that we called it Luxury Anonymous or something. Didn't we call this that? I think we did. It's like rehab from our luxury goals.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
But if you do have to compare to, like, making exceptions for an addiction, then yes, I guess then you did fail. But I guess I'm more lenient that way. I don't think of I'm not that serious about this stuff.
Well, actually, why I say this? Because when it was the pandemic year, right? In 2020, I went down a crazy route. I was like, you know
Right.
what? Hang it, just buy whatever, because we could die tomorrow. Okay. I literally just like, well, no, I didn't go that way, but I just like, oh my God, just enjoy your life, okay? Because can't do anything, you can't travel, you can't do this. And I went and shop. I bought the
Yeah.
things, I was away from it. I just had all the excuses, but I enjoyed everything that I bought. I bought within my means, but I definitely bought more than what I should have, because I could have spread that out over like 5 years. But I bought jewelry, I bought bags, I was like, and then now that I sit back, like, oh my gosh. So that denim bag, if I wasn't in a different kind of mindset, it could have started off that thing again. Because it's just you love shopping. I mean, I love shopping. Shopping is fun. It's I'm being very harsh on myself, but it has to be sometimes. If you're trying to keep to a goal,
Right.
gotta be like, you promised yourself, if there's a space and time and purpose, then you do it. But I sort of didn't, just for the denim bag. So
No,
have to be
I
harsh.
agree.
Okay, we're halfway through. So got another 6 months to keep going.
Actually, I agree. This, how you are feeling during the pandemic year, is exactly how I'm feeling this year. Oh my gosh, this past year, crazy. Tell me about it.
Okay. So this one, I didn't fund my little piggy bank, but that's because I really didn't go all cray on other things. So it's kind of like a win-win. So I didn't have it's a fail, because I could have funded my piggy bank with the denim bag, but I sort of had a split personality at that moment. But other than that, I didn't really have any other impulse purchases for bags. I'm trying to think of what other bags did I buy. Did I buy any other bags? I didn't think I did, right? Seriously,
Nothing comes to my mind, actually.
yeah,
Trying to look
nothing.
if there's anything that will remind you of what you bought. I don't think so.
No, actually, the Kelly and the denim were the only two bags that I got this year. I
Mm.
feel, unless somebody can remind me, the Chloe, we'll talk about it another day, but that was part of a collaboration. Yeah, I don't think so. So there wasn't any impulse purchases to fund. There wasn't any impulse purchases that was crazing over until the point of like I was going to go and buy it already. So actually, nothing funded my piggy bank. So I would say this is kind of like a win still,
Mm.
win for me because you know everything that goes into my piggy bank I can't take out. So
Yeah, good job. Thank you, Kat. Wow. I think you did so much better than me. At least I think so. I feel like
I
because I'm so lenient and I feel like everything is so subjective. But
no,
good
but you
job,
know
Kat.
what?
Okay.
I thank you. But you know, I'm gonna add one more thing. I feel like it's usually better in the first half of the year.
Mm.
And then like the second half of the year is where I struggle because you know the holidays are coming, it's near end, and it's sort of like I give myself a bit of slack. And usually the second half of the
Ah.
year, I go a little like kind of let loose. So I know myself. It seems to be a habit. First year you're strong, right? Any kind of resolution in the beginning of the year, you're like, okay, still fresh, you know, you're going. And then towards the mid to year end, it kind of bye, bye. I'll try. But I
Actually, it's
feel like
interesting that you say this because I think for me, I tend to be the opposite. Because I've noticed that in
mm,
my past behavior, and especially when it comes to buying clothes, I used to just buy so much clothes. And I have these phases, and I'm not talking about luxury clothes, obviously, but it can be kind of high street plus a bit of higher end boutique clothes, but it all adds up really fast, right? And so I would go through these phases of shopping, 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 buying a lot. And
mm,
then I would come to a point where I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? I don't even have space. And I would feel so guilty that I just completely stop. So for me, it's more like I do a lot of crazy things more towards the beginning. And then I kind of calm down. I look at what I have. I'm like, okay, I gotta enjoy this. So yeah, I don't
mm.
know if I'll still be the same with my goals in that same behavior, but usually for me it's the opposite. Like I think I went crazy and then I'm like, okay, that's it. Calm down, calm down.
And it makes sense because you know you do a 6 months of like oh my gosh and then you calm down, but once you calm down long enough you're like oh my gosh I'm itchy and itchy, and then yours is year end and in the beginning of the year you start again. So mine's the opposite because I usually do
Mm,
most of my shopping and overspending usually towards the end of the year because it's holidays, it's
um,
Christmas, it's family, it's you know it's all the sales, whether it doesn't have to be luxury per se, but it could be like
right.
Sephora, you know, when I go like oh my gosh I just can't stop
Yeah.
myself with all the collections. And you know sometimes that time with LV there are all these like collections and I just spend so much at the beginning, sorry, at the towards the end of the year, that at the beginning of the year I sort of go like oh my gosh I need to calm down. So I feel like I do better in the beginning of the year until around my birthday. And then I'm like, okay, I need to chill. Then it sort of picks up again. And you know what? I'm gonna pull this comment out, hang out from Diana, because I feel like this could be one of the reasons why it's sort of working for me a little bit with the ridiculous price increases of the bags these days. I tend to think harder whether I should buy the bag. And then I might not buy and I'll just save the money. I feel like that's also something that goes through my mind. When I was looking at my work bag, the one bag that I think I posted on my Instagram was the Loewe tote. I was kind of close to buying it because I was thinking, oh, that's a good work bag. But what held me back was that it didn't have a zip. And the price point was high enough that it made me think two, three, four times. I think I tried it a few times and I just said, you know what? No, no. Try to be more logical. Everything is starting at 3 or 4. Some of them is reaching 5. It it really stops. And like it really, hey, you know, wake up. That's a lot of money to just like spend frivolously plus Hermes. Like
Yeah.
Don't be spending your money there. Like, okay, I hear you.
Oh no, absolutely. I agree. It makes total sense. And to your point when you said that, oh, June, for me, there's no like, it's not really a set time frame. It could be just going crazy till after my birthday month, even sometimes
Mm-hmm.
after that. And then I have this period of like, oh my gosh, I cannot spend at
Yeah.
all. Or
Yeah. Maybe it's the birthday month.
it's
It's
not necessarily
reaching to the
6 months and
birthday
then
month.
6 months. It's not like that. There's no structure
Yeah.
at all.
True. Understand. It's just, we just give try and give a time frame, right? But you know what?
Mm.
Maybe it's the birthday month because you're reaching your birthday month. It's a celebratory
Yeah.
period. And before, like a few months before, you sort of like giving yourself a bit of slack. You're like, oh my gosh, I am so old. And all the discounts are coming in. And you feel celebratory. And then after that, you go like, oh crap. Oh crap.
Yeah, I know. Ugh. Oh well. Okay. Thank you, Kat. I'm gonna
Thank you.
refresh your memory on my goals. So one of my goals this year is to buy more quality ready to wear and mostly for ready to wear. For handbags, we can't really count that into this category because I mean you can quality over quantity, but the thing is I already like my luxury handbags, so they're all quality. So it's really for me like the clothing, the accessories, the shoes. I wanted to really focus this year on better quality rather than buying so many. And I think I'm doing pretty well in a sense that I'm looking at what like I said that I wanted to buy more of, invest more of in quality pieces. I said that I wanted to buy more like cardigans, jackets, maybe denim items, coats. In terms of accessories, I talked about hats and shoes, and I really just mostly bought the good brands, like the things that are so good quality. When I wear it, I feel good and I feel like they will last me a long time because not only are the pieces better quality, they just look better, they are more timeless. So in terms of jackets and coats, I bought 2 3 coats from Farfetch that are Max Mara, and there's an Italian brand. Those I know I will get tons of wear, like for sure. Even if I wear it every single winter with all the dry cleaning every year, it'll probably still last me at least more than 5 years. Because even my cheaper ones, they will sort of last me 3 4 years before I kind of get tired of them. But these ones I know it will last me that long. And the style is so timeless and so simple and minimal. And in terms of jackets, I bought a few Chanel jackets this year. Well, two,
Mm.
no, three actually, three counting the zipper one, the windbreaker, and of course those are still no, those are pre-loved, but they are quality pieces, and they are very old pieces actually. So I'm very happy about those. I know I will keep those for a very very long time as long as I fit them, because you guys know how like Chanel jackets are very tight, especially the car era. So as long as I stay more or less this body shape, I should be able to fit it. And then in terms of shoes, I haven't bought any other shoes this year aside from Hermes shoes and Chanel shoes. And I I mean, don't call me a convert, but like I really do feel like $1,000,000 when I wear the better shoes. Maybe it's just I don't know. Maybe it's just knowing that these shoes are. It's not that they're made to last or anything, because all shoes, the wear and tear, they accumulate on its own. And I'm not saying boutique shoes are not good, but I just feel so put together when I wear them. It kind of elevates the outfit. So I think I'm doing quite well. The only maybe mistake, actually, I wouldn't even call it mistake, is that I didn't avoid the quantity part necessarily because, because
You
I
went
still buy a
quality and
lot of clothes,
quantity.
even though they're like better quality. Like, I bought several hats. Oh my gosh, just counting this year, right? I think I bought 2 bucket hats. I think I bought 2 Balenciaga hats. They're all different colors and patterns, but it's just still, the duplicating the numbers. I'm not doing so well there. And then in terms of shoes, although I love all the shoes that I bought, there are still a couple of pairs that I haven't even worn yet. And that is an issue that I have, not necessarily because I succumb to the FOMO, but also the fact that, you know how our seasons are. We have 4 very different seasons here, but then the collections, they come out like half a year before,
True.
right? Like
True.
right now, I'm buying fall winter collection. And it's not fall winter, it's the summer. It's like I cannot even wear these things until quite a few months later when it gets cold again. And that's the same thing in the winter. I buy summer things because that's when the summer collection is out. So this is an issue that I'm having. And it's not necessarily my fault, but it kind of affects how my shopping behavior is. Because if I didn't buy it now, it would be gone. Just like what Kat said, you can't wait with Chanel. Hermes, sometimes you can't wait either. Like certain things, they just sell out very fast. They're very popular. So yeah, I'm not doing so well in the quantity side, and I'm not sure if that's really my fault or not. What do you think?
You're going for quality and quantity.
Yeah, but I still am doing a bit
Well,
of quantity shopping. You know, sometimes I do feel that when you buy more than one and then you accumulate so much and then the space is a problem and then you sometimes don't see the item that you have. Then when you're about to dress up, you don't even know what to dress because you're like, oh, I have nothing to wear, but you have a lot of things, you just don't see it. So I kind of still have a bit of that problem.
but
Um,
like, okay, so you're comparing quality over quantity. You're comparing it to fast fashion, right? Because
yes.
that's one of the things that you had a problem with. You said that, oh my gosh, when you go to Zara, you buy like 10, 15 things or something like that. That's
Yeah.
quantity. But with what do you call this? Ready to wear, it's still, it's quantity, but it's definitely not that kind of quantity. You're still
Yeah.
looking at pieces that are they last longer, that are better. And yeah, 2 3 jackets compared to like Zara, like you could buy 10 of them and just try them out, or tops, and I think you're still doing better in that sense, because you're going for pieces that is going to last you so much longer, or even a lifetime, compared to what you have been buying previously, because you were going like jackets with what, H&M, Zara. I remember you were telling me like Zara is your, like, oh, I love Zara so much. So
No, yeah, I definitely think that I did better, especially with the staple pieces. Because when I mentioned that I wanted to buy the cardigans, the coats, those are staple things that I know it will last forever and they're timeless. When I'm not, I I want to concentrate on quality over quantity, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop fast fashion. That is not what I'm saying.
mm,
It's just that there are things that you reserve for fast fashion, like a logo, maybe not a logo, but like a printed tee with like some, I don't know, maybe some limited edition print like the Doraemon. That's fine if I buy all the prints that they have for a collection, but that's that's very selective. That's really concentrating on um, key, like the quality part that I want is to concentrate on the key pieces that are timeless, but also I'm not polluting the environment so much in a sense that, with the jacket, I know even with Zara jackets, although I don't buy a lot of Zara coats, but uh, for example, even though I buy a lot of Aritzia jackets and coats before, and I still get a lot of wear out of them, but I just feel like in terms of the quality, they're inconsistent. And I don't
mm,
like the fact that, you know, when it's brand new, you're okay with it, but it starts peeling or maybe the style is a bit off the following years. That's when I kind of fall out of love of it, and I hate doing that
mm.
because I end up either donating or consigning, and it's fine to do that too, but it creates a lot of excess. And so that's what I was trying to avoid. So,
Yeah, I think you're doing okay. I feel like you're
mm,
transforming your wardrobe, but maybe you're on an accelerated pace.
maybe I don't feel that I'm performing as well as I thought yet because although I am concentrating on quality over quantity, I still haven't totally gotten rid of some older stuff, because
Maybe, yeah,
it's
it could
hard.
be.
It's hard to just suddenly get rid of everything, because you might still need it, or you might still are wearing it, and or might sometimes they still have tags on, and you're like, uh, I'm okay with donating to my friends and family in those cases. Um, but even then, it's just like you liked it for a reason enough to buy it. So maybe I'm just in that transition of I don't feel like I'm 100% there yet, but I am definitely on that track.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's like it's like what's her name? Kim Kardashian. I think there was a video of her like recently. She had this. She kept everything like from her entire like
right.
all her years of like fashion, and she has a warehouse with like 300,000 pieces, and she keeps everything, right? And it was crazy to see how much. And one of the things that she says is like, maybe I'll need it one day, maybe it'll come back. But you're talking about a mogul of fashion, right? She doesn't wear one thing twice. So maybe you're in that kind of transition, like maybe I'm going to use it again. Then you're not so willing to let it go. So you maybe need to Marie Kondo your wardrobe, and then it would balance out this feeling of maybe excess that you're feeling. But in terms of buying for quality, you're definitely there because you got your Chanel jackets. You're really focusing on buying staple pieces. But I do agree with one thing. I'm gonna pull this another comment out from T_T. Luxury ready to wear doesn't mean quality. We agree. Not
Mm,
everything is quality. We totally agree. So you have to pick and choose as well when it
yeah.
comes to luxury items. I mean, I've seen some really dodgy looking like pathetic ones and cost like $1,000. Obviously we're not going to buy that. We're not we're not Kim Kardashian or buy anything, but you're definitely picking good pieces that will
Yeah,
last you
I
a
think I'm
lifetime.
just in that in between transition, and I am still buying some fast fashion, but just not in the amount that it used to, and also not in the same items that I used to. Um,
Yeah.
I used to rave about Zara, like the blazer jackets, and I still think that they are good if you are not willing to spend, say, over $150 for that kind of same jacket in maybe a more luxury brand. I can understand that because the luxury brands, they're not cheap, right? Even if it's 500, it's still a lot. But at the same time, maybe that is the difference of
Mm.
someone who's grown up, who's like,
Yeah.
adulting, that instead of buying five, you buy one. And
Mm.
it's in that I'm just in that transition where I'm still Mary Kondoing. I'm not really, but like every time I change season, so I just did one sweep for this season because the summer months are coming. I kind of just rotate everything out of the summer clothes and then put the winter stuff back. But then when I put the winter stuff back, I don't look at it because I can sift through that when winter comes. But now that I'm
Mm.
looking at all my summer stuff, I'm like, okay, this I can either take out, blah 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 blah. And I haven't taken out that many, so I'm still in that sort of, I can't get rid of
I know.
everything yet. So maybe that's my
But I'm, I'm
issue.
gonna I'm gonna add one more point to this because you mentioned that how before you go to the next one, like when you wear your more luxurious pieces, the ones that you have invested in, you feel different, right? You feel different,
Yeah.
and it's very internal. It's not like you're going to like, oh my gosh, look at my bling top. It's sort of like you just feel put together. You feel like you're walking taller. You feel like you put a bit of effort, more effort to what you're wearing, and it feels good. It feels good, and unfortunately, sometimes luxury clothing does that to you. So I actually went shopping like maybe a few weeks ago, and I bought a couple of tops from Max and Mara, like for work. I think they were on sale, maybe like one of them was $600. It was silk. And I was staring at the price and was going like, that's a lot of money for a work top. But when I wore it, I felt like, wow, this is a nice top. Hang it, I'm buying it. And I love it. I could have bought a totally different top from Zara for work, but yeah, I felt really nice in my silk top that was so expensive, Maybe it was more. Can't remember, but yeah, it was a lot. I walked out of the shop going a bit like, yeah, okay. But it feels good. It feels good, and we we're adulting.
Yeah, I still maybe just need to figure out one thing. I'm not sure what it is. I'll have to refine this goal, change it a bit, but still kind of along the lines of this. Maybe when we come back to it in January
Mm,
next year. Um, it also doesn't help that we have 4 seasons, and I think I feel the anxiety of the abundance that way because I sort of need
mm.
all kinds of thickness and long sleeve, short crop, and oversized. I kind of feel like I need all of those. But then if I start getting rid of everything, then am I gonna just rebuy them? Like I don't know. So that's something I have to think
Okay.
harder about.
Well, are there clothes that okay, I have to ask, okay, are there clothes that are maybe okay, instead of saying 4 seasons, right? Because 4 seasons seems like 4 sets of wardrobe. Are there things that are like just 2 sets? Like I'm just how does everyone do it? Like I know there are certain pieces that you can only wear in winter, which is jackets, right? But are there pieces that you can wear year round that you know what I mean? Like if you're feeling like abundance because you're having 4 sets of clothing, which is a lot, are there some that it's year
I
round that
mean,
you
there
can
are like I don't want to dwell in this, but like for example, denim, like jeans,
denim?
you can wear all 4 seasons, sort of speak. But if it's a very thick denim, then it's for sure for more colder season. If it's a thinner one, then it's more for when it's a warmer season. So you kind of still need a bit of both. And then of course you need your shorts. That's for really in the
Mm,
midst of summer. So in a sense, there are things that you can overlap seasons, but not completely. You know what I mean?
understand.
Like I can't be wearing the thickest denim in the middle of summer when it's like 30 degrees. Like I can't do that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? But I also can't wear the thinnest denim when it's really, really cold, like -20 outside either. You can in a sense that you
Horse.
can layer more. Like
Mm,
you can maybe wear like long johns underneath and then your jeans and then you could be wearing these kinds of t-shirts all year round, yes, but then not just one t-shirt in the winter. You have to wear this t-shirt and then a cardigan and then a scarf, like that kind of stuff. So I don't think you can completely get away with it, but there are some things that you can wear more in more seasons, which is why this t-shirt, for example, it's in display all year round for me because I can actually wear this all season. But it's just that in the
mm,
winter you do have to
mm.
layer more.
With a coat.
Whereas the
Interesting.
giant winter coats, no, there's no way I can wear
Yeah,
it during
fair.
the winter, warmer months. It has to go back in the background for a few months before they come back out. So yeah,
Interesting. I yeah, it's interesting because like I've only got one set of clothes, and
yeah,
anything that's coat or jacket like, they're usually for travel.
yeah,
So
yeah. Anyway, enough about quality over quantity. And I still want to have fun. That's the thing with fashion is
that's
that
right.
there's still a lot of fun things that I don't really want to buy. For example, I was at Chanel sale the other day, right? I saw so many fun, there was this,
Mm,
I didn't show it in the video, but there was this cute, crop denim. It's just the top part. So it's cropped and it looks like a overall, denim type of sh top, and you would have to probably wear like a tank top underneath or a t-shirt. It's such a fun piece, and in fact, it was a really good price. I think it was around 2,000 something, so minus 40% off, right? I was really tempted because I'm like, "Oh, it's such a fun piece," but then I will not get to wear that very often. And
yeah.
it's so trendy as well, even though it was such a cute little white denim piece. So for those things, I'd rather buy it from Zara. I
Mm,
still would rather spend just like 30 bucks, 40 bucks buying that from Zara because I'll only wear it a few times. And I don't even know if I will wear it every year because although I did like it when I tried it on and I thought it was cute, it's very trendy. So there is time and space for fast fashion, just not for the non-staples, for
Agree.
sure. Okay, moving on. So, keeping my collection manageable. So, I talked about how I wanted to keep my collection, and now we're talking about luxury handbags in around the number 20-ish handbags. I think I've done really well because remember, guys, I think before we oh, when did I do my last vlog sale? I can't remember. But after my last vlog sale, I went under 20 bags. And I even counted all the micro bags as well. So I was
Was that
really
in
proud of
December?
myself for doing that. But it has gone up since, of course. I haven't counted actually. Maybe I'll count when we go through your questions to see if I'm probably over 20 at this point, but I think I'm still around the 20. I'm definitely not on the 30s yet. Um, and like Kat said, it's really hard to accumulate too many if and when you're on your Hermes journey because one bag is equal to so many from other brands.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I still am sort of buying Chanel bag. You know, I bought my heart bag and I'm still eyeing the 22 bag. And then, of course, I made an exception for the Prada bag. And then all of a sudden, I get offered a non-quota bag. It's like, it's like all of a sudden, I added three bags to my collection. Oh, and let's not forget the Nano Speedy. So,
Forgot about that actually.
yeah.
I was like, what nano speed? I was like, oh.
So all of a sudden, it's like, it's like all adds up, right? So I'm still in the 20s. I'm pretty sure I am, but it's quite easy to go a bit overboard. So this is definitely something that we'll have to revisit at the end of the year. Look, I don't foresee myself needing too many bags. I still have my wish list, of course, and you guys already know it. You know, for Hermes, I have my wish list. For Chanel, I have one more bag that I'm still eyeing, one, maybe two. So that can still add up really fast. Now, if it comes down to it, and I really want to respect this rule where I want to keep it in the 20s, if it comes down to it, I will have to do another block sale. I'm
I was
sorry,
just gonna ask you. I was
yeah,
just gonna ask you, when is your blog sale? When is the
not
blog
yet.
sale?
Not yet because
Members
I
get it
don't
first.
yeah, well, you guys will find out if it ever happens, when it happens, if it needs to happen, but I just know that once it becomes unmanageable, like for me, if it's in the 30s, I can't. No. In the 20s, I can still manage. Or perhaps after I get some quota bags. Anyway, you know, because then I would have to spend a lot of money to get it, and then I would feel guilty probably. I'm not sure, but this is definitely something I want to revisit yearly. And I also mentioned before
Mm,
that I want to do more like one in, one out, which is harder now because I'm having an issue with out because anything now is so hard to get, but they
yep,
also cost so much more to buy. And so if
yep.
I want to sell anything, I have to be 1,000% sure. So I think
Agree.
vlog sales will happen probably, but it's like a one-time event, maybe once a year. And it doesn't have to be a big vlog sale. It's just sort of just to recreate the collection. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I think you're keeping your collection manageable. Doing really well because there are so many things, right? Like especially you're such a huge Chanel lover. Mm, it will get, I think this is going to be challenging for you because, and for me as well, like it's because what you said at the end about everything being so expensive and so hard to get, whether you want to get it and so hard to get from the store, everything is out of stock, everything is not available. It really creates hoarding, luxury bag
Yeah.
hoarding. So what, so much effort to bring it in, as compared to 2 3 years ago, you could just walk in and practically buy a bag within, especially if you know an essay, you can get it easily. Now
Yeah.
it's this VIP status, this whole like, there's no stock, you gotta have a history. The whole thing, it's just crazy. On top of that, the prices are just cycle right now that whatever we have today, you really have to treasure. So, I we will revisit this, but I totally understand this because I don't know what I want to sell. I'm like, no, I'm not going to sell that. I can't buy it again. Look at the prices. Take for example, this Prada. Obviously, you can see it, but my Prada crystal bag right here. I bought it like what 2000 early like 2003. Now it's what 3000. I think it's almost 3000 now. So it's been only what a few months, less than a year. How crazy expensive is that?
Mm-hmm.
It's just too uh,
And
it's getting too
especially I saw,
unattainable.
go
Sorry,
ahead.
it's becoming too unattainable that I think it's just making me and obviously making you just really think multiple times before we want to even consider letting things go.
Yeah, I feel like it's such a counterintuitive goal as well because I just mentioned earlier quality over quantity, and although I said that it didn't apply to bags, but it sort of still does in a sense that I don't want to accumulate so many bags too. But I also saw firsthand what happened to you when you downsize so much that, and especially it was sort of circumstantial because we were not going into the office. You were not going into the office.
Mm,
So all of a sudden, you didn't need all these bags that were just lying around. And you ended up letting go of a bag that used to be a work bag. And I
that's
sort of
right.
don't want that to happen to me. In a sense that
Mm,
for me, it's not about work bags. I don't really use these bags as work bags, but I don't know if I'll regret it so much because I will not have that style in my collection after letting it go, wanting to buy it back. But with Chanel, especially, how are you buying back at the price that you bought it at?
yeah, no
Actually, how are
way.
you even buying back that same color? Forget about price. You can't even get that same color again. Or that material, caviar. So it's just so hard. And yeah, I really can't wait. I really can't wait to experience what it feels like to have those Holy Grail Hermes bags that will kind of keep me under control because I have no choice but to do it. I really want to experience that because I have no
Yeah, yeah.
idea how it feels.
It feels like a trap.
Maybe I need to
It,
be trapped more. It's too slow. It's too damn slow here.
it's like you feel like, oh my gosh, I have it. I'm content, but at the same time, you're like itching for the next bag. You're like,
Right.
ooh, and then next thing you know, like, oh no, 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 I can't buy anything else. I can't. So it feels like you're trapped in your own body.
Oh gosh.
Thank.
Yeah, another set of turmoil. But anyway, I think
I
I'm doing
know.
this okay because I'm pretty sure I'm under 30 in the 20s. And my last goal was to really take it easy in the um, pre-spending behavior. So I started my journey at the beginning of last year, and I think even though I was as strategic as possible as much as I could from everyone's feedback and just from my own sort of patience, um, I think I'm doing okay, but in a way I don't think I'm excelling at it either. Like instead of a
Mm.
95%, I think I'm only maybe a 65% or maybe 70. Let's just be generous. I feel like for me, it's not that I feel like my pre-spend is bad, but it's just the norm, I think. But my issue is that I'm also spending not just on Hermes. I'm also spending on Chanel.
Mm.
I'm also buying
Mm.
other things like far-fetched things. Although I work with the brand, I still end up buying more
Yeah,
than
same.
exactly. So like there's just so many temptations everywhere, every day around you. You know, even though some of them is collaboration, but you end up browsing and then you end up buying more stuff that more stuff than they provide you, and it's totally normal because they are a business, and in the end, I already am a Farfetch customer to begin with for many years, so it's not outside the norm, but it's everything added together. It's I don't I don't know how long I can sustain this. At the same time, with Chanel, you cannot wait. Or maybe you can. You just have to not have those things. And I just don't know when I will be able to accept not having those things. Unlike Clara, which we had Clara on the luxury live show on my channel one time, she's able to make a full stop with Chanel, except for maybe a few accessories here and there. But I'm not there yet. In fact, I'm the complete opposite. So pre-spending at Hermes plus pre-spending at Chanel, basically, and anything and everything around luxury and non-luxury, all of that added together is so much. I don't think I've saved any money lately. There's no saving. Like in the past, I was still able to save sometimes, but there's been no saving lately. And it's a really dangerous road. And yes, I'm still managing. I'm not in debt. Don't worry. No, I'm not. But I'm not saving. So that's not good either. So I'm just sort of merely passing in the taking it easy on the spending part. I feel what you feel now during your pandemic year, Kat.
Yeah.
I think I'm just like my mind is in all places. And at the same time, I don't know how to solve it unless I just am super strict like you and just stop buying altogether.
Which is
Maybe that is the
what Hermes.
solution.
It is kind of, but you know, how do you say it comes back. So maybe a good example for me could be like for your luxury. It's like my makeup. I buy anything. Like when I walk into Sephora, if I like it, I buy it because you know it's small money, but it accumulates, right? It's a lot, and because suddenly you have so abundance of makeup. But it went to a point where I said, you know what, I think I'm gonna slow down. And during that period of slowing down, it's challenging because it's a habit to break. Then when I go out, I want to walk to Sephora, I want to see this, but then I sort of kind of divert myself from the store. I don't look online. I just, you know, you have to actually be conscious and proactively not do what you were doing previously. And then it kind of cuts down, and it's like an addict. For me, it's like a makeup addict. I'm like, I'm so bored. I want to see Sephora. I want to buy this. I want to see Selfridges. I want to. But I think after like maybe a couple of months of doing it, it fades away. And then now I'm back to buying, but it's not as crazy, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to how to stop the cycle, but you know, if it's starting to wear you down, like you know what I mean, like if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm stressed by it, then maybe you have to go like, okay, it's really time to take it easy. But if you're not stressed by it, honestly, it won't stop.
That's a good point. I don't know if I feel stressed about it. I'm concerned because of
So
the trajectory.
Are you concerned enough? My concern with my makeup was like, damn, I'm wasting money because for makeup you can't use it, right? You can't. I can't finish it. I can't finish it in time, and then I have a lot of wastage. So it reached a point of enough concern that I said, okay, you know what? Let's just take a break, okay?
Okay, yeah, makeup. I don't have that issue at all, like zero issue. I hardly buy any makeup.
I love it.
You know the eyeshadow palette you gave me? I'm using it every time, and it's the only palette I have, and it's the only palette I use. So literally, in a few years, because I only wear it once a week, it'll hit pan. That's when I'll buy another one. You know, I'm like really good with makeup. I'm
That's
so minimal.
good.
And I cannot
I
do
would
that with everything though. Just makeup, just makeup.
I'm the opposite, right? So, but for and when it comes to your other things, where you're like, oh my god, you want to buy? It's like,
That's you with clothing, I think.
yeah, with me and clothing, I'm
Mm.
just like, nah. But for you, clothing is your makeup,
Yeah, it
right?
is. Yeah. Yeah, it is. I can't have
Wow,
enough
because
tank tops or I can't have enough jeans or jackets. I can't
and
enough
I'm like,
I can't have
what
enough
pair?
dresses even though our summer months are so short. But dresses are like my favorite things to wear ever since I was as long as I could remember. It's like my only thing that I love wearing. Like I just love dresses. So I have an issue with clothing, hands down. And I don't know why. That's just how I am. But coming back to this whole spending, right? So this is like about spending. Um, it's a concern, but at the same time, I'm also aware of my goal because
Mhm.
you can't get any offers unless you do certain things. So I guess for me is to, while I know I have to do that, it's to just sort of be really controlled and stringent with the spending on other brands. I think that is the key to me. I can't make too many exceptions on the other brands because while I
Yeah.
need to do the pre-spend on Hermes and I have my goals there, I just can't be spending on both or on every brand, I guess. So I'm really glad that we didn't end up buying any Fendace, even though I was very, very
Oh,
oh
that's
my god.
true. That's true.
I was still texting you, remember? I was like, "Oh shit, they still have it online." Sorry for the swear word, I normally don't say it, but I really felt so strong. Every day I was checking online for the stock and I'm like, "Wow, they still have it. They still have it on the Canadian side." Eventually they didn't have it anymore, but you know what I mean? I was like, for many days I was like, "Do I add to cart? Do I just pay for it?"
I was like, no,
It's more
don't do
of those
it. It's
controlled
terrible.
situations for, not just for Fendace, but for also everything else. Anyway, I hope that you guys have fun. I'm gonna come back to our floor here with checking on our goals. So we will definitely have to revisit that again. I don't know, sometime in the year end, maybe in January when we come up with new goals and see how we did.
Mhm. I'm gonna say like, I'm gonna ask the audience like, right? So did you guys set any goals for the beginning of the year? And did you make it? Like, if you want to share what was the goal? Did you make it? Are you still on the road like us? I think we're no, no. You know what? It's half year. We have to be strict. We can be kinder to ourselves at the end of the year, okay? But at this point, at this juncture, so that we don't get off track, we went off track. I think both of us failed. To be really
Yeah.
frank, like we did not make it. So we got half year more to like get back onto the dirt road. So
And
okay.
I think that while I think I'm lenient, I still think I am hard on myself, and I feel like you're definitely hard on yourself. So it's not a bad thing to be hard on yourself because you just do it better,
Hmm.
right? You do a
Having
better
said that, I
job
am
of
going
following
shopping
your rules,
tomorrow. Having
sort
said
of.
that, I am going shopping tomorrow.
Well, granted, you haven't been in a while.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
haven't been
Fair.
back in a while.
I haven't bought anything from Hermes, so I am planning to buy a couple of things, which I will share tomorrow during the luxury live show for the members. But yeah, okay, we gotta go back on the road. Okay, let's try. Let's try. 6 more months. Yeah. So let us know. Let us know what have you set for yourself in terms of luxury. What were you thinking of buying this year? Did you or kind of like maybe setting some goals for yourself? How are you guys doing? How's everyone doing? It's half year. It's June. It's June. Wow.
Yeah, it's already I mean, it's only beginning of June. I feel like there's still a long way to go. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. You know what? It's good to do these checkpoints because we remind ourselves, because I totally forgot what I said. We're reminding ourselves of what our goals are so that we can at least get back on track. You know, we're off track a bit, but you can at least get back on track a little bit more, right? And not
Yes.
totally make the worst mistake. Anyway, I'm going through the comments from the beginning.
Look at it.
From Joe, I feel like there's a place in every wardrobe, for no purpose bags, even in a small collection, cannot be so hard on yourself.
I
Yes.
got a lot of those though.
Me too.
Joe.
I have a lot of those too.
Joe is really good with her collection though. She's like, I don't use one, but we got several of those.
I
No
definitely have a
purpose
lot of
bags.
those, yeah. And that is that is the question I'm asking myself because I love the idea of, okay, maybe the Birkin is not so common with my bags, but say a Kelly. A Kelly is more similar to the bags that I own. Only because the Kelly, to me, it sounds like it's a more feminine bag, but it also can be a pretty versatile bag. Like I look at the Kelly and I think about all the flop bags.
Mm.
And I'm like, wow, if the Kelly replaces or can sort of replace, especially for the look in terms of dressing up and the outfit, if the Kelly can be basically you know, in place of any flat bags that I have, can be worn in even 80-70% of the time, then do I really need all these flat bags in my collection? Do I really? Like that is where I'm starting to wonder. And even as a evening bag, because I feel like the Kelly is feminine, elegant enough that it can be an evening bag. So will I even need all the flat bags and evening bags that I own? Can the Kelly replace all of those? Maybe not if you're very sort of like they're still different, and if you're being very technical. But I think from the standpoint of using and rotating your collection, can it be that replacement? And in that case, do I even need all these other bags? That's something I don't know. And whether that
Mm.
future vlog sale will like include all of those things, right?
If you get your Kelly, would your trendy go? Would your trendy
Um
go? So we're just kind of like finding out what's gonna be in her vlog sale.
So see, okay, I'm speculating at this point. I don't really know, but I feel like if the Kelly is what I think it is, the trendy and the Cocos can go, possibly even the lady,
Ooh.
because those are very sort of dressy, elegant bags. And if the Kelly can take the place of all of them, then why not recuperate that money? Because I have to spend a lot to get the Kelly also. Like I need to not have that sort of replacement, right? In terms of funds too. And also because if I'm just going to rotate one bag more often, why not? Than
Mm-hmm.
having to
Mm-hmm.
rotate all the bags but only wear them a handful of times a year. Do you see where I'm coming from?
Yes. Yes. Agree.
You don't have that
Oh my
issue though.
God. I don't because I don't have
Exactly.
like
You don't have those bags.
I have nothing. the Kelly is what you are envisioning. Like you're
Mm,
envisioning, you don't have all these stuff. I only have the Kelly, which is this bag that looks like this, that I don't have a quote like a dupe for it. Not a
right.
dupe, but like a duplicate usage for it.
Yeah.
But I would say that okay, because you didn't pick the Chanel Classic Flat. You only picked like the Coco,
Yes.
the Lady Dior, and you picked the trendy.
Yeah.
So I totally agree. Those can go. It's the Kelly and my yeah, the Kelly and the classic Chanel flat. Those two are different bags. Like they just even though they're evening bags, you can use them for both, but they serve a very different. They don't serve a different, but they serve a different style.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
For me, the
probably keep those,
style
but
is
the rest
important.
can go. The rest
Yeah,
can go.
I feel like they do duplicate. And the reason why I already have those bags in mind is because every time I need those bags, any of those bags kind of work. Like when I wear my Coco Handle, the gray one, I can also
Mm,
wear the lady. So it's sort of like ugh, I have two of the same look bags, and I at this point I'm just forcing myself to rotate them, and it also means not wearing them super often because I only wear my lighter colored bags when I'm going to like fancier places too. So um yeah, so that's sort of my thought process. I'm gonna get this comment from Eileen. I have been I have not been shopping as she is busy at work, plus she's saving for her trip, but it's a good short break as I then truly enjoy my current collection. I love that about it,
yes.
Eileen. I love that you're not only saving for your trip, but you've just been busy, so busy that you're not thinking of spending. I think that really helps. Saving for a trip or saving for a big event, right?
I totally
Not
agree
going on
because
any trip.
I haven't gone shopping at Hermes for a bit, and I'm kind of excited. And you know,
I can
it's like
totally understand the
yeah,
excitement.
it's totally like kind of like you haven't done something for a long time. Like you haven't gone for a trip for a long time. You're actually really excited about it. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to go shopping. And it's so, you know, it's such a first world problem because shopping is so easy in Singapore. I can literally just walk out and just go shopping, but it becomes not as exciting. You know, the the utility that I get back from it. It's still nice. I mean, I'm very grateful, but you don't get that kind of kick, you know. So now I haven't bought anything for now. I'm kind of like, ooh, I don't want to be disappointed though, because you know, stock is pathetic right now from what I heard. But still, it's still an exciting trip, a shopping trip. So yeah, good one, Eileen.
Good one, yeah. I'm gonna pull
Oh,
another. Oh yeah, I was
sorry.
about to pull this one.
Oh, okay. I pressed it by accident actually. You can
Oh,
read it.
okay, but I was about to pull this one anyway. I really never think that sorry, I never really think that luxury bags are worth it except for Chanel, which I love. But with prices now, and the unstable designs, I think I'm gonna stop and focus on other things. Makes sense.
Unusable. Yep.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, for sure, bags are not investments, except for Chanel. Well, I think Chanel has the reputation of holding their value, therefore they fare a bit better. But even Chanel bags are not investments. Like at least I'm okay with keeping what I have until I really feel the need to do any sort of sale, if
Mm,
even, only because I know they keep their values. So yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, you just can't keep adding, which is the difficult part because you're not gonna keep adding, but at the same time, you know, if you sell, you cannot get it back. Cannot get it back.
mm. It's cannot get by the color, cannot get by the design, and definitely not that price.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's really fun to live stream using the iPhone. It's actually so convenient, I have to say.
It is because you don't need so many things, right? Like you don't need a
Yeah,
laptop. You don't
I'm
need to
just
plug in
scroll.
your thing. Like it's so much better in a sense, but you just can't control, say, slides,
Yeah, that's the thing.
um,
I can't
things
do
like that. Yeah,
sharing. Yeah, I can't do sharing. That's right.
yeah.
But
But it's easy
it's
for a guest to use their phones
mm,
if they don't have any of the equipment. Yeah,
I can scroll. It's so easy. Nice.
but it does run out of battery though, because
Oh,
2 hours is a long
I'm
time.
plugged in.
Yeah, plugged in is good. Uh, okay. Josilla, I was supposed to spend less this year, but I bought the Bottega mini loop before the price increase. Yeah, remember we
Oh,
had this
yes.
whole slides
I
about
saw
the Bottega?
yeah, further down the comments Sulin mentioned that the price increase for the mini loop is quite a bit.
Right.
We warned you. We warned you.
Yeah.
We did a live and we said that there was going to be a price increase, and it's still it was. I think the mini loop before this price increase. I don't know. I'm going to check it out now.
I think before
I
the
think
price increase, it's still in the 1,000 something, right?
Yeah, I had a 1 in front of it. No,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. Let me just check the price now. Hang on. Let's see.
I'm gonna pull another comment while you do that. Eileen, I will be spending more on ready-to-wear shoes and jewelry, changing focus from bags. That's a good idea. Eileen, I have that goal in my thing this year, and I don't know if that was maybe my mistake, because not only am I buying all these things, but I'm still concentrating on certain holy grail bags. So, ooh, it adds up fast.
Okay, so Celine just gave me the information. It went up by $440. That's quite a lot if it had a 1 in front of it, right?
Well, that means it went up by like close to 30%.
20%.
Right?
Yeah, my gosh. That's too bad, guys. If you didn't buy it and it was still a 1, no more. Pre-loved then. Yeah.
Oh, okay. This may be a good tip. Maybe I need to keep looking at my phone. So Joe says, how I address the excess is to take a photo of your entire wardrobe with you when you go shopping. It helps to curate your shopping as you are out and about. It may help. Yeah, I might have to do that. Although my things, remember I said that I changed seasons. So like when I hide my winter stuff, like this time I hid my winter stuff, then I don't see it. But then remember what I said is that, fashion, the seasons, they come out like 6 months ahead of time. So like technically right now I'm buying winter stuff, even though my winter stuff is hidden. So I would have to just save those photos before I rotate it onto my phone so that I see it.
Might work.
It's a lot of work.
So 25% increase, Bottega mini loop.
That's a lot.
Significant. That's a lot.
A lot of people are talking about the mini loop and the Jody bags. Oh, so Amanda says, sometimes I layer my t-shirts and long sleeves under a thick coat. Yeah, you have to do that in the winter months. But Amanda, if I remember correctly, you're in Australia. It doesn't get that cold there.
Canada,
you know what I mean?
talking.
Like here, it's like minus whatever. It's like, it's really cold. You really need more than just layering stuff. You also need all the toques and the mittens, and then like sorry, I'm just making fun. It still gets cold.
And like, excuse me, that's not winter. Excuse me, please take away the winter. That's like spring.
No, actually it's true, because when I went to visit my friend, it was spring. And I think it was February the last time I went. We went in February and we also went in October. So it was not in the dead of winter. It was not in the dead of summer. It was just in between the two extreme seasons. And for me, when I was there in February, I was like, wow, it's so hot. Like literally right now, let me check today's, today earlier it was, how many degrees was it earlier? I wish I can go back. But today I was boiling at home. I was, filming videos. I had a styling video to do too. And I was so hot, and I knew it wasn't even that hot outside. It was less than 20 degrees. So imagine for us when it's over 20 degrees in the 30s. That for us is very, very hot. Over 20 degrees is like hot for us already. But
I accidentally pressed something.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I thought
It's
it was
not
me. I'm like,
because
am
it's
I?
no. It's like I'm trying to roll the comment, but it's okay.
Ah,
So the
okay,
phone
okay,
thing
okay.
is just
No
that it's
worries.
translated. Continue. Sorry, go on.
Oh, so I was just saying that when I was in Australia, even in February, even though it was just spring, I was thinking, oh my gosh, it's already like the middle of our summer hot. It was so hot. It was boiling hot.
What now?
So I cannot
Did you
imagine
just say
being there
20
in the real
degrees?
summer. Huh?
Did you say 20 degrees? Did you just say 20 degrees Celsius?
Yeah. For us, that's hot. For us,
Singaporeans,
it's short
what has
and
it been
t-shirt
lately?
weather.
It has been so hot here, like hot for the past few weeks. Crazy, crazy heat in Singapore. And only like yesterday it rained. I think it's been in the 34,
Oh,
35 and
that's so
wet
hot.
and here
Yeah.
it was dying. Okay. 20 is like, oh my gosh, that's freezing.
Yeah, for us, if it's above 20, it's already like people are already starting to like, well, they don't complain when it's above 20, but if whenever it's above 20, you go outside, you're gonna see people in tank tops, in sandals, in shorts. Like people are just very accustomed to colder weather. So when it's just a little bit above, oh, their summer clothes are out. For me, I still get chilly, especially when I get inside the stores and there's like in grocery stores, there's like the fridge section and there's like
Mm.
produce section. It gets cold for me. That I'm not that Canadian in a sense, but I still I think I'm still closer to how they are than you guys. Because when you guys
Mm.
come here and it's like maybe 19, 20 degrees, for you guys it's freezing
Oh
like
my God,
temperature, right?
kill me now.
Yeah.
Like,
But for
no,
me, I can still
murder.
sort of tolerate it.
Oh, I can't see any more comments after that slip up. That's interesting.
No worries.
Okay, I'll rely on you. I picked Australia to study just because of the weather. That was like that's the coldest that I would go and live.
Mm.
And even that I struggled. It's
I
so
can
tough.
only dream. I can only dream to be living in a country where it's even milder than Vancouver. Like Vancouver is already the mildest in Canada. I want it even milder. I want it to be more even, like the temperature all even. So I can get rid of so many things if I
Mm.
move to a country where it's just like more or less the same, not the extreme weather that we have. Okay, I have a question here
Okay.
from Joe. Do you get judged for selling your items very soon after you bought them? I feel we should be entitled to change our minds or cut losses when things don't work out. Joe, you definitely, I mean, we don't say it, but we do. We do
Mm.
get judged. I guess you have to just ignore it. But we do. So I disable
We
the
do.
comment section when I sell anything. Like I don't have time for those things. And some comments they come in as concerns. And I almost wonder why, because um I mean I get it. I sort of get it. Like maybe some of you are influenced by our purchases. You purchase it and then you're wondering what's wrong. Why are you selling it already? I also have the same thing. I can get that. Um, but like what you said, Joe, it's one thing to change our minds, but it's another to it's not necessarily changing our minds, but to like, to rectify a situation.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Agree. Definitely get judged. Like, cause we're we're out here sharing the things that we don't have to, but you know, we enjoy it and it's a community. But because it's a community, it also it's also the trust, right? So when we bring something in and we share it and we sell it, it feels like there's that loss of trust. But it, it we also watch other people. We're not only just the one that produces the content, we also watch. But if we are able to take a step back and ask why are we selling it or letting it go, we're just another person that maybe
Yeah.
made a mistake. And like you said, you know, trying to cut our losses, or we're allowed to change our minds. But it's a little harsher in that sense because it just seems like we're not allowed to change our minds
Right.
because we're on YouTube. So that balance is a bit grayed out. Yeah, so it's hard. I mean, we're not like I'm gonna give some example, like the bigger YouTubers where I don't know, maybe it's sharing is different for them. I don't know. For us, it's still a real collection. It's still something that I'm bringing in for my collection, and away from YouTube, I have to consider, is it the right financial purchase for me? The only difference is I'm actually putting it out into the public. I don't have to, but we don't have to, but we are, and we get judged for letting it go. Yeah, so that's tough. It's a really fine line, and I agree with how Amy does it. Like you just block the comments because you don't need to deal with it. I haven't tried that.
Well, we block it or we disable it, but it doesn't mean that we're not aware. Because one way or another, there are other places where we are made aware of those things. It could also be just by Instagram. Like there are sometimes comments that come from Instagram as well, or just from other people telling us because they saw it somewhere else. You know what I mean? So we are aware. We just do our best at minding our own business. But to the point where you mention, why is it okay for others? Certain, maybe, like, we're not naming anybody, and I wouldn't even know who anyway. But I was also made aware that somehow it's okay if certain people did it, but not us. Or not whoever, like, like, it's just strange why the rules and
Maybe
like,
maybe it's because of the type of video, the type of channel that we have. It's a different type. Some channels, it's pure advertising, it's a marketing kind of, it's different. Whereas for us, I feel like our channels are more community driven.
right.
It's the trust building, the relationship. So when we share something, it's quote unquote pure. It's pure because I am buying things that I can't be buying everything under the sky. I really consider my purchases, but like another person, the girl next door, I could have made a mistake. But the difference is the judgment, or the clapback is worse. I don't know why. I don't know. So it is. But I feel like we don't sell it very soon also. We're not in that realm. Like I don't buy things and sell them. Yeah, so the very soon, it may seem very soon for some who don't watch us often, but actually I do keep my stuff for quite a bit, and I mull over it and I beat myself all up. Yeah. Maybe I should be better
And
at
I
saying this.
understand that very is also subjective for everyone.
Yeah.
Like, for example, there are the extreme of some people that just not just that do unboxings very, very, like, very often, and very large unboxings. And honestly, I love, but I also see some more modest YouTubers who just do it once in a while, and I also love those. I don't judge because at the end of the day, they're spending their own money, and whether they are selling those things right away or not, or very soon, it's just at their own pace. And okay, even if someone were to appear like they buy and sell a lot, why is that my business too? Like I don't understand. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't understand that. Obviously, that's not what I do. That's not what Kat does. But we definitely feel the judgment for sure. Like there's always gonna be a little bit, but
hard this one. Yeah, I still don't know how this.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a type of channel that we have created. It's it's the expectation of, and I'm glad to do it. But like for example, I buy a bag, I'll keep it because my plan is that I'm gonna enjoy this bag. I'm gonna do 6 months review, 1 year review, 2 year review. You know, I really want to bring that time factor. But there are situations where unfortunately they don't work out. And it's harder to let go. It's because of like what you're saying. Well, do I get judged for selling it? Yeah.
Well, the
But
issue that
at the
I
same time, it
have
didn't work
about
out.
this too, and it's not it's actually it's not an issue, but as you all know, we the difference between say me, you, and versus Joe, even though we know Joe very well, she's one of our members, dear members. The issue is that we create content. Not issue, the difference is that we create content, and while we are sharing our real experiences, like our real hauls and unboxings, and yeah, sometimes there are collabs in between, those are still real because we choose things that we love
Yeah.
to show. Why otherwise, right? But at the same time, just because we're doing our best at choosing these things, even when we buy it ourselves and we're sharing those hauls and unboxings, how are we supposed to know we're gonna love it 100% unless we buy it and try it? It's just the same as what Joe or anybody, any of you are doing, but not a content creator. You also probably buy a lot of things that you regret, that you knew, well, that you didn't know until you got it, and then you start using it, and you're like, oh, I thought it would have been this way, that way. Or maybe it's too similar to whatever you already have, or maybe it just didn't work out at all. Like there could be a million reasons, but I think the difference is that we are also sharing it in real time. Like literally the moment we buy it, we're very content, excited to share it, but only after a certain time, after realizing that, oh, it's not as great as we thought, then letting it go is just a natural process. But that process, just because we appeared so happy and so confident about our purchase originally in a video, which is sort of static at that point, it becomes available, everyone has seen it, then somehow we're not allowed to change our minds. I think that is the main difference, which is very unrealistic, actually. It's very unrealistic for people to expect that of us, to think that we
I think
make
maybe
all the time the best decisions for us,
true. I think no, I totally feel like and what Joe is saying. I feel like we should be entitled. It is. I think there's that fine space, not even a line, fine space where maybe when it's too often, where we buy sell, but I think at that point in time, then sure, judge me because go ahead. But I feel like it's not fair where we don't do it often. Like it's happened, mistakes are made. We are we think about our purchases, and then if it didn't work out, didn't work out.
Yeah.
Too bad. Too bad. Made a mistake. Cut the losses, like what you said.
So I'm just showing this answer to Joe's question. I don't care if the item does not suitable, I cut my losses. You know what? That's exactly what I do prior to having a channel. I still
Yes.
do that now because that's a normal thing to do, except that now it's more public. Like more people know about it.
Mm.
I guess it's hard to be a public figure. Even though we are smaller YouTubers, we are still a public figure in a sense, right? We are public. And wow, it comes with so much burden and things to like challenges. Oh well. What can we do, huh? From KM. My goal that I set is no more Chanel, but I only set this goal 2 months ago. So far, so good.
So what
Oh,
happened 2 months before that? Like what was the third month?
yeah. Follow up. Plus, with new restrictions, I am already maxed out for the year on bags. So that will help stick to my word. Actually, that's true. Although the new restrictions is only on classics and minis. So unless you have already bought those two in the past in the past 6 months.
4 months.
Sorry,
That means
5.
from January to April, because we
Yeah.
only did this. Only did this in 2 months ago. So
Right.
January to
April, yeah. Or March.
mid-April. You did quite a bit of shopping at Chanel. No wonder there's no more Chanel.
Yeah. I kind of like, I mean, I don't mind the new rule. I don't know if I like it, but I don't know if I dislike it. It just, I'm so indifferent. But we will talk about this. From Sulin. I planned only 1 bag and it's only June.
Yes, it's triple.
It has it says since triple. And that 1 bag has not even made its appearance. Oh. Same. We're on the same boat. Okay, from Viv. I told myself just 1 denim bag and 1 top handle bag from Chanel before I stop with C and continue with H. So far, so good after getting them. Not looking at any new C releases, nor the forum. Yes.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah. You know what? The forum hasn't been that great anyway. Like, I tried to look for just like the scoop on the new collection, which is coming up very, very soon in 7 days. Nothing. Although I haven't checked it this week.
People are busy with the trial.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Vivi. Recently, I have tried to unfollow many IG Lux content, started following financial advice instead. I think that helps. Distraction, yes.
Yeah, distract, do something else.
Except that we can't, because this is what we talk about. We can't just completely distract ourselves. We need a better strategy. But that's a good one. Okay, from Diana. The long queue and unfriendly essays help save money. Yeah.
It's true, because a few weeks ago, I was at Marina Bay Sands, and I was meeting a friend there for lunch. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna see my essay at Chanel. So I texted her, I said, hey, do you have some free time? I'm here because I don't go to Marina Bay Sands often. And my essay texted me back like half an hour later. She said, oh, I'm so sorry, all the appointments are full and you've got to line up. And I was like, oh, really? So I said, okay, maybe I'll line up. And I saw the line, I was like, no. And that line wasn't even the line. It was just the line to get the number. You know what I mean? It's not, because now they have a digital line, a virtual line, where the line number could be in the hundreds. So you still need to line up to get the number. Forget it. I think it was like 80 80 in the virtual line with another like 20 people lining up to get their number. I was like, okay, that's it. No. But yeah, I
Yeah.
agree, Diana. Long queues definitely helps to save money.
Unfriendly essay, I can understand. But friendly essay is hard.
Oh, friendly essay is dangerous.
Yes, it's very. But at the same time, you don't want unfriendly essays, right? You only wish for friendly
True.
essays. So, it's such a struggle. Why am I complaining? It's good to have good essays. Anyway, June 2022 wish list. Tiffany ring, Cartier small love bracelet, Moana bag. Reality, got the Chanel Coco Crush, HERMES Bicotin 18 touch.
Oh,
Yes.
nice. Yes.
And I have room for one fine jewelry purchase. Doing very good, actually. That is very
Yes.
nice.
I love my Coco Crush ring.
Yeah. From Joe Speedy. Greetings from Calgary. Yay! Amy, agree with you on quality over quantity. Less is more. My goal is one bag a year. Since I got my Birkin, I think I'm almost near first piece. Actually, that is
Wow.
congrats, by the way, but I think that is a good goal. One bag a year, or just have a set number of bag a year.
Nah, doesn't work. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to think how it's gonna work for us. Oh gosh, I wish I could.
Nah, don't try. You'd be
Yeah.
like, I need to go one bag, one bag, one bag, one bag.
No, but that doesn't have to be one. It can be like 3.
Oh, you mean you try to limit?
Yeah, not one. One I know is not gonna work. I'm more realistic than that, but I meant having a set number. Or not, doesn't have to be
Could
bag. It
work.
can also be for clothes or shoes. Like
Could work.
gotta buy not more than like 3 pairs of shoes that year, or I don't know how that would work for clothes for me though.
Oh, MK is here. I see I'm at the bottom of the chat. Hi, MK.
Nice.
Long
Hi.
time no see. Oh my gosh.
Roy, 20 degrees with sunshine is nice weather for Australian standards, I think. Yeah, I think so. I think that is very nice, right? But
It's
I
very
think
nice. It's like picnic weather.
yeah. But yeah, I guess it just depends on who you talk to. Some people think that 20 is still too cold. Like it kind of still gets a bit cold even at 20 degrees here. But it just depends on who you talk to. Because I have a relative. He's in his 70s now, I think, but he's grown up in Saskatoon, right? So it's like super cold there. And so for him, he's like a grandpa, right? He wears shorts in the winter here.
That's hardcore.
Yeah, like I'm like, oh, I can't do that for sure. For sure. No way. And yeah, so I think for him it's definitely too hot in the summer, even when it's 20 degrees. Yeah. It's a very nice grandpa, but yeah, he's just so resilient to to cold weather. Very
He's
resilient.
like the type that would jump into a freezing cold lake and be like, ooh,
Yeah.
this is a nice swim.
Yeah. Totally. Oh, but in the summer, their place is blasted with AC and it's freaking cold for me. Because like
Yeah.
when it's only like 25 degrees outside, it's like blasted with AC inside. Oh, so cold. Oops. Sorry. Okay, Sulin, I plan on only one bag. Oh, did I not read that already?
She added, and maybe a repeat. Okay.
Okay, got another one. I got addicted to Hermes leather bracelets, but then I realized I get small fine jewelry for the same price, and that's stop the age obsession. Good
Mm,
call.
agree. It's like buying the click clack bracelets. They're just basically stainless steel, but each of them is like $1,000. It's a
Yeah,
lot of money. You can actually buy fine jewelry. So
yeah.
yeah, don't overdo those.
I'm glad that I only got one myself too. Um, I think it's a cool bracelet though. It's probably the coolest costume jewelry. Oh, yeah, it's costume jewelry, right? It's fashion jewelry.
Mm-hmm. Fashion, yep.
Um, I still think that it's a really good piece of fashion jewelry, but I probably don't need more than one. And even if I wanted another color, maybe just spend that money on something else. Yeah. I don't regret it, but it's okay. I just have one and that's okay.
I like Vivi's comment. I'm gonna pull this one out.
Sure.
A friendly essay is like a thief. Thief. I try to avoid
Oh, I
that.
know. Tell me about it.
Oh my
But I
god,
love
they
my
are.
friendly essays. It's
They
just hard to
love
say
you
no though.
too. They love you too. Yeah, they can really like. It's tough. It's tough.
It's just hard to say, well, not to say no, but it's hard to decline any sort of like, you can call them offers because, when you have a good essay,
Mm.
they'll let you know when something arrives, or they will let you know when a collection is launching so that you can be on the lookout. They may send you pictures sometimes, and that is just temptations left and right. But at the same time, you don't want to not have that.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, maybe you don't necessarily not not want to have that, but at the same time, how do you balance that out? That's what I'm wondering. Like, how do you balance out having a nice essay that will treat you right every single time, but if you're not always gonna be a spending client?
Mm.
I don't know how that works. Do you know what I mean? Like, at one point they'll be tired of soliciting and you're like not acting, right?
Yeah.
And maybe that's
But
okay. Like, if that's really your goal to not to like take a break and not to shop, maybe it's okay even to let your essay know. But what if you don't know if you're there, and maybe if you still want to be an active client but just not as often? Like, how do you keep that
mm,
relationship, right? Like, I don't know.
I think it's like maybe it's like me and my Cartier essay. Because with fine jewelry, it's hype, it's really
Mm,
expensive. Like I can't be spending every few months one love bracelet. No,
yeah.
there's no way. I just can't afford it. And it's something that I would maybe buy every few years once, something nice for myself because it's fine jewelry. So you still meet them, you still talk to them, but you can't be walking in and every time you buy something, it's not bling life, definitely not a bling life. So maybe in those situations, those essays do understand that it's long term. In my lifetime of shopping with that one essay, I could have bought 10 things, and that's a lot of money, right? It's not ten fine pieces of jewelry. So but the difference with those essays is that they understand it's truly for many, many, many years, especially if they're working there for a long time. But I feel like with the fashion ones, because fashion changes so often and they are KPIs and maybe their targets are just so much more brutal, that it's a lot of work to put into somebody that would only buy once every few years. So yeah, I can see the dilemma that you actually have to buy every few visits. But do you want to buy every few? If you can and you're okay to do that, then you're the best kind of customer.
Well, no, I still don't force myself to buy things when I don't like it. Believe me, I don't. But to the point where you talked about your denim bag, it's something that you didn't really need, but you like it
Mm,
and you always wanted one. So it's along the same idea of that for me when it comes to when I receive these, maybe pictures or maybe like telling me about new stuff coming in. It's not that I dislike it, because if I dislike it, I would never buy it. That's for sure. But at the same time, I didn't plan to buy it originally, maybe, but I like it enough that I'm like, ooh, oh, okay. I am interested. And then it just, y- I end up buying, right? Like it's sort of a very natural process. I'm not forcing myself to buy, but that natural process can become frequent and accumulate.
mm,
And that is where the abundance starts become more apparent. Um, and since we're talking about luxury mindset checkpoint today, that's why I brought up the fact that this is sort of how I keep in touch with my essays, because they know that I'm a loyal client, and that is the whole reason why they keep in touch with me. There's no other reason. They wouldn't do the work if they don't think that I'm a loyal client or a serious client for that matter. Like you don't want to put your essay in a position where they keep sending you stuff, you tell them that you're interested, but you never react to it. That's also really bad. You don't want to be that kind of client. So I genuinely buy when I'm interested, but I'm not
mm,
always like I didn't always buy because I had that in mind as my goal. It's more like, oh
mm.
yeah, it's nice. I think I'm interested, and then you end up buying, right? Do you see what I mean?
Totally. Yeah, yeah, I understand. But better to have a friendly essay for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah. So that's why I said earlier um about having a set number for your goal. So you're not buying, but
mm,
maybe if you just mentally know that, oh, how many you are at, like your own quota in your head, maybe that's a good way. It's worth thinking about. So
yeah, we
anyway, I'm
need to
reading this
do
comment. You can both do this. Maybe 4 bags a year, a luxury item every quarter. And once you click with your essay, you will get all your all your H holy grail. But yeah, so like having that set number, I wonder if that will work. Because I haven't
maybe
thought
you can
about that.
try it next year.
Yeah, I think so. Next year would be a good, just a blank canvas year to like try that.
Mm,
Like I don't want to
yeah.
put 1 bag. Not I don't even want to put 2 bags. That's just so unrealistic. Because, I'm not I don't think either of us are always buying really expensive bags. We sometimes buy the less expensive bags too. So have to count those in. But at the same time, you don't want to just buy like 10 bags, right?
4 bags a year sounds really little though. Let me think. Per quarter, because if you're gonna include like say my filet Longchamp bag, that's
No,
already
don't
one
include
bag.
those. Not those don't include. Oh my gosh, come on. Like those are just 100 to $200. It doesn't mean that you should buy 10 of those, but you know what I mean? Like I
True.
wouldn't include those. I think include anything that is like 1,000 or more.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, maybe, yeah, maybe.
So if it was 4 bags, would I be over already? I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm over already. Well, I'm already at the quota this year.
Well, if I use this, then I have two. So I'm at the quarter, right? Quarter one, quarter two.
Yeah,
Same
so you're
number.
doing really
Yeah,
well. So instead, for me, if I were to respect, so we're just trying to apply this
right
um
now.
hypothetically, right? So if I had a goal for 4 bags a year, maybe I could have skipped, I'm just saying, could have skipped the Prada bag and the nano bag.
Oh.
right? Then I would have
Ooh.
like really tried to like limit myself because the heart bag, I really wanted it. And I really like the H bag, the one that you call peach.
Yeah.
So
Okay, what if you have to do it now? Let's say now in June, you've got 2 more bags to go.
like which two?
Yeah. So like
Which two
this
to
because
get?
you, now you've got June to
Uh-huh.
December, and
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna give you 2 bags.
Oh. So one for the quota
Okay.
and that's the thing. No, but if I have to make that decision, right? So like
Okay,
it'll
let's try
be
it.
well, it's gonna be hard. I'm not saying it's easy, but for sure I'll leave one for the quota and then one
Chanel?
potentially for the 22 bag. But that is only if I like it. I've never tried one on yet, so if I don't like it,
Okay.
I'll just like scratch that. Like it'll be like one more quota left. And if I don't fulfill 4 in that year, it's okay too. Like I
True.
want to have that flexibility. Well, flexible enough that you're not so restrictive. So I think 4 is actually not bad. But at the
Mm.
same time, if you don't get all 4, it's okay.
All right.
I might try that next year
Okay.
actually.
Try it this year. Try it this year. Like this
But I'm
the
already
beginning.
too late this
No,
year.
no, but no. Scrap the back.
Grab
Like
those
starting
2.
from,
Okay.
let me just start from June till December. You've got half left. Okay, you're
Okay. Yeah.
already
Yeah.
halfway. You got 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's challenge ourselves. 2 more. 2 more quota.
I think I won't make it because
Why not?
I won't make it because I know I'm gonna get a bag
Oh yeah.
already. Yeah, and then there is, which is why I didn't say me. I already, and then if the Chanel green, if a
Oh yeah.
Chanel green mini reissue appears, I'm pretty sure I'll get it. But I don't even know if they're making one. I'm just
Oh, they are.
hypothetically think they are.
Yeah.
I I shouldn't remind my essay, so and then if I can try and get one more HVAC, that's 3. I won't make it. I won't make it. So I'm not gonna do
Well,
it. You try it.
I'm already over yours, so don't worry about it. You're already doing better than I am. And the thing is, like, you can maybe also okay, that's the thing. You can also rectify like -1 if you sell one. I haven't sold anything.
Oh,
I haven't
ooh,
sold
there's
anything yet.
nothing to sell. My collection is at
That's true.
my collection. I've only got 12 bags. 12, but that 12 is a lot. Okay, I'm not saying it's a lot, but I'm not saying that it's small number. But out of these 12, 4 of them are Holy Grail bags.
Right.
Birkin, Kelly, my small,
Yeah.
and oh, the other one. I consider my toolbox as well because it's H bag, right? So I've got like 4. So I can't get rid of. So I've got 8 left. 8.
No,
Can't
it's
get
too
rid of
small, your
them. It's
collection.
tight.
Don't get rid of anything.
It's tight.
I was
Oh,
just saying that if you do -1, then I would allow that to be, like resetting your quota.
we're
Anyway,
making
moving
it up as
on.
we go along. We're making it up as we go.
Making up rules here and there. MK, I've been only drowned to find jewelry. Drowned to find jewelry
Drawn. I
animal
think it's
bracelets.
drawn.
Oh,
Drawn.
drawn. Okay.
You
um,
drowning in fine jewelry too.
that's why I'm wondering. I'm like, what? Boucheron, hedgehog, Cartier Panthère, Bulgari Serpenti, and with extortionate price tags, so it's easier for me to be reasonable. Yes, those are very expensive and very nice too.
Mm. Oh my gosh, I love the Cartier Penta. Actually,
Mm,
I mean the ring that I would buy, but definitely not this year. This year I've been thinking about it this year, but and my essay has been like, it's time to buy it. But I just don't feel like it's right. I'd rather pay a slightly higher price point because of the price increase when I'm 100% ready. But yeah, it's beautiful. The Penta is really like,
I actually quite like the Serpenti, the Bulgari bracelet.
ooh, yes.
Yeah,
Even the Serpenti ring is really nice.
yeah.
Okay, anyway. Money don't go on trees, huh?
They probably will, but by that time, maybe it'll be too high and then I can't buy it anyway. Like what happened to your Tiffany ring?
Yeah, 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 yeah. That Tiffany ring was, I would love one day, but you know, it's too, yeah, it's gone to a price where I just not, what, 16,000, 18,000, some crazy number like that.
Yeah.
No.
We have Nadine here. Her comments are always so funny. I'm at the end of my H journey for bags because I have BKC in all the neutral colors, noir, gold, etoupe chocolat, nata. I don't want colors. 130K spent without bags in 2 years in Hawaii. And then there's
Huh?
a follow-up. My daughter is starting college, so Hermes money is going towards her tuition. Yes.
Ooh.
At least you have another very important goal. That's very important. Yes.
At
It's
the
very
end of
hard.
my Hermes journey.
Sorry?
No, sorry, I'm trying to read hers again. So at the end of the Hermes journey, you mean you spent 130K and you didn't get any bags?
Yeah, that's very excessive. And why would they not be able to offer you a bag?
Not right.
Yeah. Although, I mean, yeah, that's still not right, even if you count the bags that you bought or any leather goods. Well, that's another topic, right? That about the quota stuff and how the lack of stock. I think we're near
Mm.
our 2 hour mark, but like I think it's even more apparent because you just hear it everywhere. You know, at first you hear, oh, I got a quota bag without spend, but now you hear more about the waiting so long and spending a lot and yet no bags. That's what you hear more nowadays, I feel.
Mm. That's just not right. I don't know. If I hear that now, I'll be like,
Well, remember I shared with you the story of it's a store in the States, and I of course I don't know the how true it is, but I have read that in a forum, and that person, or not just that person, several person shared that they were also that's their home boutique, and they spend I don't know how much they spend, but I can't remember maybe if they mentioned it, but like what they said was that their essays are telling them that each quota bag is at least 4 years. Remember I told you that?
oh yeah, that's just crazy. I think that's,
I
I don't
I
know.
I was like, wow, like and it's not just one person, it's several people sharing similar stories that the wait time or that their essays have been telling them that you have to wait that long, if not longer. And they might have mentioned their spend, I'm not sure, but it couldn't be low, but even if it's high, like and you still have to wait 4 years, like, you know what I mean? Like it's just so weird.
Mm. It's just too long.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound right. I'm gonna look at calculating how much Nadine spent. 130K for 5 bags. Oh, it's just about right. It's about right actually.
Yeah,
Pre-spend
so
and
if you
all.
don't I'm not sure if you included all those things, Nadine, but like normally in other countries you don't count the leather goods, and certain departments like fashion jewelry you don't count either. Um and if you still spend that much, then yeah, it's about time they
Yeah.
offered you something.
So yeah, she spent, okay, so I meant in 2 years I have spent 130K and I got those 5 bags. So she's spending about a 2 to 1
Oh, okay,
every
that's
five
totally normal
months.
then.
Yeah, actually you got
You
really,
got a lot
really,
of bags.
really good colors. Yeah, you did really well. Who's your essay?
Actually, that's very good. That's every
Yeah, two
5
to
months
one.
for a bag. Oh yeah, that's way more frequent than it would never happen here, that's for sure.
Yeah, that won't happen in Singapore as well. So well done.
Okay, we'll just finish with the last few questions. Joe, I have a set budget a year for spoiling myself on luxury items. Example, bags, shoes, ready to wear. The Birkin blew my budget for the year. Yeah, totally can understand that. Corinne, 2 months ago, I met a lovely Fendi essay and almost bought a peekaboo, but I told myself, oh, sorry, I told her I'm holding off and I just made a huge LV haul. Now borders are open and it's cheaper in Europe. I feel so bad. What do you think? Oh,
Yeah, if I were going Europe, I hold off and I'll buy there.
yeah,
It's the savings, the tax return,
yeah.
the higher, the
Especially
cheaper price
because
point.
especially because you already told her that you're holding off, so
Mm,
you don't need to update that essay that you're gonna buy it in Europe. Just buy it in Europe. And then when you come back, you're like,
exactly.
oh, I went to Europe and I've got it there, and that's okay.
Yeah, yeah. Like, oh, you were so cheap, and they can't fault you. They can't fault you.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't owe them anything.
And plus, you know, you buy it this time in Europe. It doesn't mean that every single time you'll buy it in Europe, right? Eventually you
Exactly.
might need her help. So it's okay. It's okay. Just buy it in Europe. All right. I think, yeah, I think that is it. So thank you guys for joining us today. So tomorrow it's another members live. It's going to be on Kat's channel. I'm going to be sharing my luxury haul. And
Whatever you want to buy.
and then we'll discuss Kat's wish list. And then the following week we have our special guest, and it's different timing. So make sure that you check back at the beginning where I shared the calendar, or you can check our community posts, or just make sure that you're subscribed to both our channels so that you know when we post these live streams. Normally it's always the same time. It's just that next week our guest is in a different time zone. So yeah, have a great evening or day ahead of you, and we'll talk to you, well, either tomorrow or next week.
Next week.
Bye.
Bye.